Expat is a term that comes from the word expatriate, meaning someone who lives in a foreign country different from their own. Sometimes people get it mixed up with the term immigrant. This is a misconception. According to the co-CEO of Internation Organization, immigrants are people who move to a foreign country permanently, while expats are people who move abroad for a limited amount of time and are sometimes argued to be more privileged and educated than immigrants. However, our outcome video will only focus on the aspect of expats as foreign who work and live in a different country legally. So, let us begin. Today, there are approximately 79 million expats worldwide. This number is predicted to increase up to 87.5 million in 2021 at a compound rate of 5.8 per year. It will then take up to the total of 1.13% of the world's population. According to an analysis made by Finicord in 2017, about 71.1% of the expats are workers, 14.1% are spouses and children of the worker, 8.5% are students, and 5.2% are retired workers, and the remaining 1% are others. There are technical issues such as taxation and legalization problems, but we will focus on the cultural issues. For example, arising troubles and conflicts in daily life and work due to being unable to adapt with the new culture, limited social interaction due to being unable to be making friends, homesick and missing home feelings which they cannot find in the new place. And of course, insufficient and ineffective communication due to language barriers. And unfortunately, discrimination. According to a survey carried out in 2015, 22% of the respondents claimed that they have culture shock when they move to a new country. If we scale this up to the worldwide number, there are approximately 17 million people who have this problem. This is about the population of the Netherlands. We will take a closer look at these issues in 3 regions in the world: Northern Europe, the Middle East, and East Asia. According to the traveling tips of USA Today, people in Northern Europe mainly speak Nordic languages. Europe is a place of history. It is a mix of traditional small towns and big modern cities. Next is religion. According to Britannica, there are 3 religions in Northern Europe, which are Christianity, Judaism, and Islam, but Christianity mainly. From the same source of information, Europe is the first one to develop a modern economy based on commercial agriculture, industrial development, and the provision of specialized services. There are a total of 33 million expats in Europe today. Most of the expats face some serious problems like taxation, changes in climate, social interaction, and unemployment. According to the World Population Review, around 36% of expats in Northern Europe face unemployment. In the Netherlands, out of 30 recruitment agencies, 3 out of 4 agreed to recruit only white employees. The unemployment rate for non-European born people are 3 times the unemployment rate of a native born. A study in 2015 shows that in Denmark, 2 applicant forms that have perfectly suitable details were applied to 400 jobs, one with a Danish name and one with a Middle Eastern name. 33.5% of Danish applicants were invited, while only 22% of the Middle Eastern were invited. There are arguments saying that in Northern European or European in common, prefer people who come from their own region. This is not because they discriminate against others, but more because they view themselves as more trustworthy or better than other ethnic groups. Due to Europe's strong economy and wealthy background, it is not a surprise that they have this mindset. East Asian countries have a lot in common. First of all, their languages. East Asia languages uses logographic and syllabic methods. Due to these characteristics, they are chosen to be some of the hardest languages to learn for English speakers. Countries in this region are developed countries which have strong economies that focus on the manufacturing industry. They also share many beliefs and traditions. Society in East Asia are strongly emphasized on hierarchical system. They also got influenced by the philosophy of Confucianism, whose origin was China, and ended up having a lot of common values, for example, family, unconditional obedience towards one's parents, and the patriarchy. According to a survey in 2019, 3 in 10 expats in China said that the culture shock was their greatest concern. 60% of expats in Korea claimed that it is not easy to adapt with the culture. East Asia countries mostly rank low in terms of friendliness and the ease in settling, with China in the 58th place out of the 60 countries and South Korea standing in the 61st, for a survey about local friendliness. Japan even ranked 32nd out of 33 with making friends. Experienced expats said that the Japanese people are really kind and polite. They always give praises to others no matter how badly the others perform. However, being polite is never equivalent to being sincere. It is actually a cultural concept that makes Japanese people treat the outsider politely. This is called uchi and soto. According to them, the soto, the outsider, should always be treated with respect. Expats are always soto. This is due to the fact that Japanese society highly values hierarchy systems. The expats, however, do not seem to fit in with that system. This causes confusion, discomfort, and mistrust to the Japanese as they don't know how to treat this group of people, making them forever view foreigners as outsiders. Middle Eastern countries share cultural similarities including religion, some languages, the economy, and social and traditional practices. According to Gokov.com, with the population of expats being 9.2 million and taking over 46% of the total population in the Middle East, the region is also a mixture of developed and undeveloped countries, therefore making social standards very different. Some of the main religions in the Middle East include Islam, Christianity, Judaism, and Jews. However, the main one is Islam, and it plays a huge part in the everyday life in the Middle East as it affects from work hours to laws. Some of the issues that expats are facing includes 5-figure fines for public humiliation, struggles for adapting to the climate, struggles with making new friends, and struggles with culture shock and cultural discrimination. Discrimination towards religion is one of the most severe problems. According to a study in Iraq, only 60% of the respondents in a survey said that they felt they could only practice their religious rights with relative freedom, and 47% said that they felt safe visiting places of worship. Expats are restrained to display or practice any other religious symbols outdoors. Expats are often not required to wear traditional clothes but are suggested to do so. In some countries like Iran, it is a must. Religion is an important factor in the Middle East as it influences things from daily life tasks to political decisions. It is even viewed as unacceptable if a person doesn't believe in God. Discrimination towards religion can cause troubles in finding job and working. The punishment for not following these rules can be as severe as imprisonment or public humiliation. It causes expat egos to hurt, which can lead to total isolation, inconvenience that makes it hard for expats to adapt in the environment, and worse, it can also affect their mental health. There are actions that we can take into account to help with these issues. In terms of locals, we can teach people at a young age the diversity of cultures, making sure the students understand, respect, and sympathize. We can hold campaigns to support the expats in the local, creating opportunities for them to meet and make friends with the locals. We can open more classes that teach local languages, and we can enforce laws on employees in company for discrimination towards foreigners. And for the expats, try to open up a bit. Find help. Learn their languages. In the end, you don't have to change everything about yourself to fit within the new community. Accept the outsider's culture while keeping your own. Because after all, everyone will respect you for who you are, not who you are trying to be. We hope we have raised your awareness about expats' issues when they go living in a different country. Thank you for watching!